PTA representative round here. They're going to impeach old Pringle, aren't they?
I told you I was simply looking for something.
It's only what your eyes were doing. What about them other things sticking out either side of your head?
Well, I did just catch a couple of snatches.
I thought you might.
The deputy district manager, that Major Spear, he seemed to be doing most of the talking.
Well, that figures. You don't exactly go on feeling you've stood on the crossroads of history when Pringle's been prattling all day. Do you like my new nail varnish?
Oh, what's that one called?
Extramarital red. You ought to try some on Frank, get him going.
It's not getting Frank going that's the problem.
Hello, talk of the devil.
Why not? I'm sure he talks about us. Well, some of us at any rate.
Do you like it, Frank?
What sort of a question is that to ask a grown man?
My new nail varnish.
Well, is that what it is? I thought you'd been to a supper dance with Christopher Lee. And talking about horrors. Good morning, George.
Who says it is?
You know, George, I finally realised who it is you remind me of.
Who?
That fella who stands outside the Fun Palace at Blackpool. You know, the fella who never stops laughing. I'm not kidding. George hasn't had a good laugh since he heard Stan Morris dropped all that soup down himself, you know, at the last lodge dinner. He got more than his enthusiasm dampened.
I should have thought you'd have been best side out today, George. Well, today of all days.
Oh, you did you? Well, we all know what thought did, don't we?
Well, what's so special about today, then?
It's his wedding anniversary, isn't it, George?
So?
Ah, hell, George, you kept that a bit quiet, didn't you?
And why not? I know you and your mucky innuendos. There's nothing funny about marriage, you know.
Well, it depends.
On what?
Whether you're married or not.
Have you sent Mrs. Pollitt some flowers, then, George?
Some flowers? He can't. Ever since he sent her that big bunch of daffs at last Mother's Day, they've had a watch on the cemetery.
Very funny.
The vicar didn't think so. He was saving them for the Harvest Festival.
You not even sent her a card?
Waste of money, cards.
She'll expect something, surely.
But what she expects and what she gets are two different things.
I bet.
Well, I wear the pants in our house.
All the time, I should think. There's not much point in taking them off.
Look, we're not all preoccupied with the opposite sex, you know. Not like some other ageing dandies I couldn't mention.
Hello, Sexy Simpson's in. The beast with 25 fingers. All right, I'm coming. You can always tell when his wife's on that cruise.
Hey, I can think of somebody who ought to go with her.
Something getting you down, Frank?
Not something, somebody.
Oh? Oh.
What Welsh-speaking member of our little party do you know who's helped old ladies across the road whether they want to go or not?
You know what your problem is, don't you, Frank?
Of course I do. What the hell do you think I'm talking about?
You take your work home with you too much. That's your trouble.
Huh?
Be much better off staying late at the office a couple of nights a week. Amazing how much work you can get through when there's nobody else about.
Ethel,
Yes, Frank?
I've just had a thought.
Oh, yes, Frank.
I think I'm going to have to work late tonight.
Oh, dear.
Yes, and I shall probably need a bit of typing doing and all.
Oh, well, if there's anything I can do to help.
Well, we shall probably think of something. I'll get the booze, you get the butties, all right?
Oh, you do have a romantic way of putting
You
things.
could say that, no.
Hey, is that Major Spear still going on at him?
No, from what he just said, he might just as well be talking to me.
Why?
He just told him he's not getting enough. I know the feeling, doesn't it?
What it all boils down to is this, Pringle. Your district simply isn't cashing in on inflation. The country's in a mess, and it's up to all of us to do our bit by helping ourselves to whatever's left. Now, the divisional manager did write you about this last year.
Oh, well, I did speak to the lads about it, you know. Oh, yes, very severely. I can be very severe, you know, when I have to be.
I'm sure you can, Pringle, but it's not words we want now, but action. Action. Now, tell me, Pringle, do you have any military background at all?
Oh, yes.
Oh, really? Which regiment?
The catering corps.
Oh, really? Ah, well, they also served, I suppose. However, I'm ex-guards myself, and I must say I do find that when you have a problem, you can't do better than to reduce it to its military essentials. So, I'm you, right?
Pardon?
For the purpose of the exercise.
Oh, I see. And I'm you, right?
No, you're not me. You are one of them.
I always knew there was something.
Them?
Them, Pringle. The enemy. The policyholders.
Oh, I see.
So, I'm here, right?
Right.
And you are all there.
Right.
The first time this year, if he is.
But what is it we find that separates us, Pringle?
Oh, anthurium sceranium. I grow them myself, you know.
Sales resistance, Pringle. And what are we going to do about it, eh?
Well, I find they're very fond of a spot of liquid manure.
We're going to cut it off, Pringle, at a stroke. But, before we do that, there's something else we have to do, isn't there?
Is there?
Well, of course there is. And it's that I'm here to tell you about.
Full details of the income of all the big policyholders in the district as against their insurance cover.
Well, it's not just our district, Mr. Pollitt. Every district has to supply a survey.
Well, we can't get information like that.
Oh, come on, George. Where would the Yanks have been at Iwo Jima if John Maynard had taken an attitude like that?
That's right, Mr. Pollitt. Ours not to reason why.
Ours is just to squeeze them dry.
Well, that's no joke, isn't that?
No, well, some you win, some you lose.
Well, I'm just telling you, it just can't be done.
Look, I know it can't be done, and you know it can't be. You tried telling Clifford that. I'm not kidding. I've had longer talks with a speaking clock.
I just won't do it. It's as simple as that.
In any case, you ought not be here. I mean, you ought to be at home. It's your wedding anniversary. No messing about here. You want to get there. It ought to be your night of romance, you know. Nellie will be lying there waiting for you. With the moonlight playing on the water. In that glass you keep your teeth in.
What, do you have to keep taking a mickey out of me?
I'm afraid so, George. What have you been doing? A bit of pruning?
Oh. What an experience. What a terrible experience. I've never had anything like it in my life.
I can imagine it. Hey, remind me not to go and see him next time I want to show it back inside.
Oh, I'll do that, After all, we wouldn't want to lose the head of the family, would we? Get it? The head of the family?
You'll get it if you do any more like that. I do the jokes, the bad uns and all. Right, ready?
For anything.
Stum. Oh, by the way, Brian, don't get me any tea ready. I've got to do one or two things first.
Oh, righto then. See you soon.
Yeah. Not be all that soon with a bit of luck. Right, here you come. Well, come on, your crispy noodles will go all soggy. Hey, shall we go in the palm court? Go on, the band's better in there. Vile, you can't half lean over that desk.
Oh, aren't we going to eat first?
I'm not really hungry.
Oh, no. Come on, Frank. The food will get all cold.
So will I.
After the food.
Can you make it instead of?
Look, you take care of the wine.
I'd rather take care of you, I'll tell you. All right. Right, look at this. Now then, you show me your references. Go on. I'll let you have a bit of my sweet and sour.
Now then, don't start. No, Frank,
What?
I always get a funny feeling when I come in here.
Thank the Lord for that. What do you mean, a funny feeling?
With all this foliage, I feel that someone's going to jump out and grab me.
Oh, well, if it's Clifford in a loincloth, throw him back, he'll be out of season.
Oh, Frank.
What?
Isn't it nice to be alone together?
We are alone and all. I've forgotten the damn corkscrew.
Oh,
I suppose he's got one anyway. Let's have a look. Oh, obvious for the over 60s. I bought one for the over 40s the other day. It was filthy. Nothing there, right? I feel a bit like Reginald Dixon. Oh, I do like to be. Nothing here.
dear. Look,
What?
why don't you try Mr. Simpson's office? He's got all sorts of things in there.
Oh, no, we're not for opening bottles. Right, I'll go and have a look. Hey, keep my place.
You still got that key I snaffled for?
Yes, I got the key.
Well, then.
Well, it just doesn't seem right somehow, creeping back here like this, furtive-like.
Look, if you'd wanted coast-to-coast coverage, you should have said. I would have rung Reginald Bowes and Ket got news at 10 down
Look,
here.
all I'm saying is that it just doesn't seem right somehow.
That isn't what you said last Saturday in that doorway back of the Odeon.
Ah, well, that was the film, see?
Oh, Bela Lugosi and Dracula meets Wolfman?
Well, yes, I was just explaining to you how Dracula disposed of his victims, and one thing sort of led to another.
Say that again. If that Bobby hadn't flashed his light, I don't know what would have happened. Look, are we going in, or aren't we? Or are we going back to your flat to make up a threesome with your dad yet again?
Well, shall we go in and talk about it?
Yeah, let's go in and talk about it. Look, I'm just going to go and powder my nose. Don't go away. Muscles.
Janice, I haven't got a corkscrew. Well, where will I get one then?
Don't know. Try Simpson's office. He's got about half a dozen in there.
Oh, right.
Oh, Brian, what are you playing at? I can't see a thing. Cheeky.
Frank. Not too much. You know what it always does to me.
Go on, it's about time your cup runneth over.
Well, happy days.
Bother about the days. Happy nights.
Oh, Frank, isn't it lovely to be without your Brian?
Right. You know what he'll be doing about now, don't you?
What?
Sticking his first egg to our non-stick pan.
Janice! 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 All right, Janice, it's no use hiding in the underground. Because if you do, little Tarzan is only going to have to come in and get you. Oh, all right, Janice, you asked for it, only I'm warning you, there's nothing like a chase to get little Tarzan going, and when he's going, oh!
Jane, me cheater.
What are you doing here then, Da?
Mind your own business. What are you doing here?
Looking for Janice.
I think somebody's beating you to it.
Get your vile little body out of my sleeping
I
bag.
wouldn't be seen dead in your rotten sleeping bag.
Oh, so you're here and all, are you? And her. And him. My God, it's getting worse than Sodom and Gomorrah.
What's happened then, George? Nelly thrown you out because you forgot to send her an anniversary card?
None of your business.
Oh, I wear the pants in my family, you know. Oh, I mean, what she expects and what she gets are two different things.
Look, we haven't all got lodges to skulk off to when we've had differences with our wives.
Lancastrian sauna and massage parlour. Oh, well, yeah, hello, Mrs. Pollitt. Yes, he's here. Just a minute. Janice, tell George to get his trousers on. It's his wife. Just a minute, Lawrence. Just come in.
Hello, Nelly, love. No, it was just Frank Riley's little joke. You know what he is. Pardon? Janice? Well, she's just one of the girls that work in the office. Now, look, no, Nelly, be reasonable. No, I'm old enough to be a father.
Oh, George, I think you've got a lovely body.
Hello, love. Yeah. No, of course we're not here on our own. No, Frank and Ethel's here as well. Ethel? Well, she's one of the other girls in the office. Hello? Nelly? Now look what you've done. They think we're having an orgy.
We're not even having an orgy.
Look, she'll be round here in a minute. What am I going to do?
Well, why don't we all strip off and crack on with a secret branch of Weight Watchers?
I'll get even with you, Frank Riley, for this. You just see if I don't.
I've only got one thing to say to you, George. Pick up thy bed and walk before Nelly gets here. Right, hey, I might say it was a great idea of yours, you know, Ethel, coming back here. We only need Clifford to walk in. We've got a bigger gate than Stockport County.
Good gracious!
Why don't I keep my big mouth shut?
Haven't you people got any homes to go to?
I know one of us hasn't since that last phone call. Hi, Clifford, surprised seeing you. I should have thought you'd have been in your greenhouse, pushing back the frontiers of knowledge about cacti and succulents.
Oh, I had tried to apply myself to my Primula subconicon, Frank, but I just didn't have the heart. All I could think of was that blasted survey. In the end, I thought I just might as well come in here for an hour or two tonight and make a start.
Well, great minds think alike, don't they?
You don't mean to tell me that's why you're here?
I mean, what else is there to do in the office at this time of night? What, have an orgy or something? I mean, look at George. He's brought his bed in case he falls asleep on the job. Come on, George.
That's right, yeah.
Well, I'm touched. I really am.
If he swallows that, he must be.
Well. Well, since we are all here, I suppose we'd better make a start, hadn't we?
Well, why not?
Yeah, why not?
Brian, get Mr. Pringle a chair, will you?
The question is, where do we start?
Well, we had a bit of difficulty deciding. I mean, we've been hard at it for hours, you know, Clifford. Quite frankly, I think it'd be better if we left it till tomorrow morning.
I don't know, Frank, but I think I'm inclined to agree with George here. It's an impossible task, impossible.
Ah, well, why don't we not do it then?
No, since we are here, we might as well have a go at it. Now, I've brought some stuff from home that I was looking up. I don't know whether it is or where it is. Yes, I've...
Look, Clifford, quite honest, we're all a bit mentally tired, you know. We've got plenty of time.
Yes, this is it. Now, look at Harry Morris up on Randolph Street. 5 years ago, he was on the dole. Look at him now, rolling in it.
I know, with 25 kids, you get a lot of family allowance, don't you?
Then there's Bert Rogers up on Top Hill. He must be worth 5,000. And Mrs. Thorpe.
Oh, on the estate. Now, she's a bit of a character.
That's one way of putting it.
You take your life in your hands every time you visit her. Sex mad she is.
It's always a bit funny the way that window cleaner disappeared up that road.
There's only one thing for it, lads. We'll just have to start at the A's and work our way through. Wait, Colonel Spear.
Major.
Major, I thought you'd gone back to London.
Well, I spotted a light on in the office on my way to the station, so I thought I'd better investigate. Whose idea was this?
Well, whose idea was it, George?
Don't ask me. Young Brian was here before me. With the Shirley Temple is sexy.
Well, I only came here because my dad was here. That's it, isn't it, Dad?
Thank you.
So, you're the man behind all this. Riley, isn't it?
Yes, Major, I can explain it all if you give me a couple of months.
No need for that. I heard everything outside. I know exactly what's going on here.
Thought you might.
Thank you, Riley. Thank you very much.
What for?
For renewing my faith in human nature. Pringle, you can forget about that survey I asked you for. As of this moment, your district's excused.
I don't understand. Why?
Well, with the team you've got here, you must already be getting the best out of the area. Look, Pringle, when I dropped that survey in your lap, there's many a branch manager would have dismissed it as impossible.
Is there really?
But did you do that? Not you. You came right back here in your own time and got stuck right into it. And not only that, your staff were behind you to a man.
And woman, Major Spear.
No, quite. And who was the man who rallied them? Who else?
Oh, well, yeah, well, I was just doing my duty, you know, so it's the only way I know.
Well done, Riley. Oh. Well done, you're a credit to the company. You must be very proud of your father.
Yes.
Do try and keep up with Riley. Don't forget, gentlemen, keep your year-end figures high. Oh, and Riley, you'll be hearing from head office.
Well, by the hell, Frank Riley, if you fell down a lavatory...
Yes, I would, wouldn't I? Well, are we going to have the celebration drink now, or are you going to hang on until I get me night in?